All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak Noble honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And yeah, man, I got an article here, and I wanted to bring this out through the Spirit. There's really only one precept, one main precept that I thought about when I read this, and Lord willing, it'll be a pretty straightforward video. But I mean, this is pretty much how it starts, and man, this is why this place has to go. Okay, this is why this place has to go. So I'm gonna read the article first, and then Lord willing, I'm gonna get that precept. But it says here, this is from zerohedge.com. Lord willing, I will link to the article in the description box so you can read it yourself if you want to. Now it says UK University, don't say Christmas because it's too Christian centric. It says here, a British university's inclusive language guidance document recommends using the phrase winter closure period in place of Christmas closure period because the latter is too Christian centric. But I mean, it's not even this part. It's the part that comes after. So it says, it also recommends not asking people about their Christian name. According to the Daily Mail, the Brighton University Language Guide, developed by staff and students, is part of a shared committee, or Slakia, a shared commitment to making Brighton a place where everyone feels respected and valued. And that's pretty much the ideology or the concept or the excuse really that they use to spread this madness, because that's what it is. And I've said this over and over and over again, but pretty much what they're doing is erasing the standard of correct and incorrect, erasing the standard of right and wrong, and turning it into a spectrum. And it's just, where do you fall on the spectrum? How do you feel? But there's ultimately supposed to be no definitive standard of what's right versus what's wrong, or how you identify this versus how you don't. And that's confusion. Absolutely, all the way confusion. This is a part of the Americanization, or the wine that this place is spread all throughout the world. And by this place, I'm talking about Babylon, because Babylon goes back to the word Babal, which means confusion. And as I read it, you'll hear even more. Just bare madness. So it says here, the guide, because all right, so you want to use whatever commitment, yada yada, make sure everybody feels respected and valued. So you mean to tell me all these years and generations and millennia that we've been using these terms, as I'm about to read, it's people haven't been feeling respected. The world has been feeling disrespected for all these years, and now it's time for us to stand up and start using these terms, or not using these terms. Wickedness. All right, wickedness. And ultimately, they're heading to the point where they're amassing support behind this inclusivity, behind this cancel culture, behind this madness, where if it's so inclusive, how is it inclusive when it excludes those that maybe want to stick to conservative ways? See, it's only inclusive when they want to include the new joints, right? They want to include the new perverse ways of doing things. But what about those that want to stick with the original way of how things are done? It's not inclusive of them, right? So it says here, the guide actively aims to promote and maintain an inclusive and diverse academic community in which students and staff are free from bullying, harassment, and victimization, to empower staff to use inclusive language confidently and effectively in order to ensure that both students and staff feel safe, valued, respected. It reads. So apparently, if you use the term Christian or Christmas, which we're not in favor of Christmas anyway, but it's just the example that's being used here. Apparently, that's unsafe. It's very unsafe. You have to be careful. Now it says here the guide also says that prevailing attitudes, misconceptions, stereotypes are embedded within modes of communication. And this means that communication, both oral and written, may be offensive even when this is not our intention. The more they prop this up, the more they come after your so-called freedom of speech. So your freedom of speech, you're free to speak the things that are within the guidelines that are defined for you. Anything outside of that, you're not that's offensive. It's criminal. It's harmful. Okay. When you look at the whole situation with Kyrie or the whole situation with Kanye, not one of them physically went and did something. It was all speech. And yet it was so harmful and dangerous and so on and so forth that look at what they went through for it. But anyway, let's keep going, right? So it says here, um, although last updated in March of this year, the guide has come under recent scrutiny due to the holiday aspect. A university spokesperson emphasized that the guide is just that, guidance. Yeah, because people are tired of this shit. It says here, words are not banned at Brighton, and neither is Christmas, as is clear from the decorations and Christmas trees in our buildings and across our campus, the spokesperson said. Now this is the part. It says here, other recommendations in the guide include, listen to this. Don't say blank is so lame, because although outdated, lame has its roots in ableism. All right, which when you look up that word ableism, it says discrimination in favor of able-bodied people. So it's offensive to others if you use the word lame. It says avoid terms such as crazy, mad, and insane, as these trivialize mental health issues. So somebody who has mental health issues, when the more you use the terms crazy, mad, insane, you trivialize it. You make the those terms just like nothing. And in essence, you're almost disregarding people who actually are crazy or mad or insane. What? What type of what? It says instead of non-white, use people of color or minoritized communities. Avoid outmoded descriptors such as third world or developing. So you're saying something, third world country. No, no, no. You cannot use the term third world country. It's offensive. Okay, you have to be inclusive. You can't use developing countries either. No, that's also man, these people be annoying as shit. It says, with regards to relationships, avoid gendered language such as mother, father, brother, and sister. So if your brother drops you off or your sister drops you off, whatever the case is, you can't. So who dropped you off? Oh, my relative. You know what? What? You know what? I'm gonna read that again. With regards to relationships, avoid gendered language such as mother, father, brother, and sister. Oh, oh man. Don't say ladies and gentlemen because it denotes a gender binary. What is wrong with this world, man? But this is what they're coming up with, pushing out there. This is the energy now. It may be it may just be a whatever school students and staff, but this not the first time. That concept of not using the terms mother and father, that goes past just this school or this guidance book. Okay? That's the bullshit that is being pushed out here in this world. That's part of why this place is a cancer. Okay? It's a cancer. Pretty soon, you're not going to be able to do anything. You breathe too much air, they're going to try to pull the oxygen back out your nostrils. They know you can't do that. You're not considering others. Why are you breathing so loud? You're not considering those that are disabled and they have trouble breathing on their own, and so you have to be considerate of that. That's some jail time, believe it or not. Are you eating too fast? You got to consider those that don't that their mouths don't work. They need a tube to eat through. You're not being considered. That's the stupid ass, annoying ass shit that these people going around doing. And, and that's why when judgment comes, man, the Most High ain't gonna hold back. Because this is the level that shit is on. I mean, you think about the types of things that went on during the time of Abraham, during the time of Noah, all that wickedness, and the Lord flooded the earth. He just completely flooded it, drowned them all, with the exception of Noah and his family. And and the Lord said that it repenteth him that he had made man. So how much more in this time when the level of wicked, I mean, they have, I'm sure that there were some wicked things that were done in the past, but in this time, the level that they have taken it on, they have invented new ways. They have not only taken the old, but they have also added new ways of just wickedness, okay? Of bare wickedness that people in the ancient world didn't even know. So what anger do you think the Most High really is holding on right now and is getting ready to unleash upon this place? This is why no matter how you slice it, no matter how you cut it, judgment is going to come forth and it's going to be brutal. Isaiah the 13th chapter tells you that what? The day of the Lord is going to come cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. So it goes on, it says the Freedom Association's Andrew Allison told the Daily Mail that all this is Orwellian and ridiculous. Staff and students ought to ignore it and have a good Christmas. Call it a day. All right, but soon they demonize this Andrew Allison. You know, that's the direction they're headed in. And anyway, this is Isaiah chapter 29 verse 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Why? Because a snare is a trap. And they know that one that is upright. This is why in Amos, I believe it's 5 and 10, it talks about how they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor them that speaketh uprightly. Because they know that when you rebuke, you're gonna rebuke or correct according to a standard. You're gonna reprove according to some standard, right? If somebody is going off and you reprove them according to a certain particular standard. You correct them according to a standard. Hey, what you're doing is wrong. Do it this way. That this way is the standard you're using to correct them, the measuring stick. So they lay a snare in this context. They use the standard that we are using to correct them and reprove them, and they criminalize that standard because they know that that's the only that's when you correct somebody, especially the way we reprove people is by the scriptures. So we automatically refer to the standard of the truth in order to reprove them. But if they can demonize the truth, turn the truth into something and say this is inconsiderate, it's hateful, it's not inclusive, it's dangerous, then anybody that opposes them or anybody that refers to the scriptures or stands by what's written in here is going to be deemed whatever. You're going to be caught in that trap anyway, in any case. It says, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. See? But guess what? That's why the ultimate judge, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is going to judge righteous judgment. And he's going to take this place out. And rightfully so. All right? Because this place is absolutely through. In any way, that's pretty much it. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect, and the point was to just show you, man, that this is one of the many reasons that the Lord is going to bring judgment upon this place, because the direction in which the world is headed in is far, far, far from what the Lord created it to be, and it needs a reset. All right, so when we talk about the destruction of this place, understand that it is justified in the eyes of the Lord. Shalom.